GM, wake up, let's go. Web 2, Web 3, stay in the know. Action, Dabatola, Toki in the zone. Breaking down the latest, straight to your phone. From Web 2 shifts to Web the waves. News, deep dive, hot takes for days. Tech's evolving, the world's in spin. Markets move, let's lock it in. Genzio's here, no time to snooze. Tune in now, get the news. GM. Wake up, let's go. Web 2, Web 3, stay in the know. GM, start the show. GM, wake up, let's go. Web 2, stay in the know. GM, start the show. GM, let's go. Web 2, stay in the know. GM, start the show.
GM, what's going on, guys?
GM, guys.
What's good?
You know, I don't know if you saw me on stage, and I was like, kind of like doing one of these, sort of freaking out. I don't know if you noticed, but when this went live, Twitter glitched, and it showed just the title and a link and no actual live stream preview. I think it just updated. So looks like X's or Twitter's issues are still drawing out towards the end of the week here. It is what it is. So we'll fight the powers that be. So everyone who is already tapped in, needs to repost and retweet this, because we might have Twitter acting up and working against us.
Might.
Hey, you gotta be nice here, because you never know the powers.
You're right.
Free speech until it's not. Wait, hold on a second. It's not. I pay for this. I pay for Twitter, and I think the prices are going up.
What?
The cost of free speech these days.
Maybe I got this ready. Yeah,
hey,
there
well,
it is.
Well, look I might be able to afford it today. There was a green candle. We're up at the 84, 85 or 84.7, 85 range. It's funny how, after getting beat up for, I don't know, let's just say a week or more, that
Too long as
we touch 85, and like all the alerts on the phone are like, hey, we're back, everything's going great. I'm like, well,
we're back at 85. Great.
Yeah, great. Well, like, look, compared to last year, I know we say this, Bitcoin is up, our alts are still suffering. Lots of stuff in just general news that is hurting markets. And, there's a couple things today that I guess signaled this green candle, or that we got a little bit of a bounce back, a little, things up 3 to 5% across the board. Shoot, offhand, let's see.
I mean, you're saying that something sparked it. I mean, I figured you'd have the answer. Dude,
no, I have
going up. They want to know what Dabs knows.
What I noticed is, when I was looking at it, there's a whole bunch of news, from regulations to the rumor of Binance and the president, and I think that gave a little, I don't know, it was a little gas on the fire there. Now, I think there was a tweet from CZ himself that said, "Hold on a second, this is just sort of
find it." Go for it. Go for it.
Let me try to pull that up, because I'm sure it was his directly and not a response. We'll try to check it.
Yeah, I'm just bypassing Bloomberg's paid wall right now, so we can show you stuff. Did I say that out loud?
Boy.
Did I? No.
We're doing all sorts of things correct here this morning already. Let's see where his tweets are, because I know he issued a correction to that. Apparently, he's tweeting more than I had thought.
OCC?
Yeah. Is this it? Sorry to disappoint. The Wall Street Journal article got the facts wrong. Can you confirm that CZ made a deal for a pardon? Hold on a second. Didn't see that one.
Can I put this on screen, please, so we can read along?
Yeah, put this up on screen for a second here. This is actually kind of funny. I didn't read the whole thing. I just started laughing as I'm going through it. But sorry to disappoint. The Wall Street Journal article got the facts wrong. More than 20 people have told me that they were asked by the Wall Street Journal in another meeting, can you confirm that CZ made some deal for a pardon? Question about a pardon, though. I guess you technically can get pardoned after you do your time, because then is that sort of like getting a record expunged?
Basically, it's less than that, because like you already been convicted. No, it is. It's like
you already served time in some cases here.
Right.
It depends on how they're actually going about the full pardon as well. Like the terms of the pardon, that's where it gets really sketchy, because like some of these people actually, one of the biggest issues during the end of the Biden term was people were getting like pardoned like crazy. And some of the people wanted to fight their pardon because they were currently in a case where they were trying to basically like get their case overturned. And if they were to get pardoned, then that would mean that they'd have to accept the conviction, and that would permanently be on their record. And they still wouldn't be able to get out of jail because they'd only be pardoned from the death sentence instead of being pardoned from the whole entire sentence. So it permanently put them in jail for life, and they can't fight it.
But the cases where you could get pardoned to be free, or one of those cases, then you're put in a tough spot. It's like, do I just fight this and try to get this overturned and keep going with this, or do I just say, yeah, I'll accept that and just be out? You know, but I could see it causing a lot of issues. Here's one of the actual tweets that I saw, and this is the one that he was responding to, but that the Trump family's in talks to buy a stake in Binance US. If that was the case, do you agree that that would be mega bullish for crypto?
Oh, sure. But I don't think it's that far. I'm not sure where you're getting your news sources from, but I have not heard anything concrete about that one.
Would that even be allowed?
If Trump is smart, he should not do it while he's president.
Sort of like the token launching 2 days before.
Well, hold on. It depends. How many people from his family would be involved in this? Because it just says Trump family. Doesn't necessarily mean that he's the one in talks. Doesn't necessarily mean that he's the one doing anything. Because like, he's got kids. They can do their own thing. They're known for doing deals.
It's such a slippery slope there. Could you just imagine? Like, think about that. You're like, oh, like your son has a huge stake in Binance, and then you're like, all right, everyone have, crypto's free for all, go for it. Like Binance, you can operate in every state, like it's like it's insider. I almost feel like it's insider trading to a certain degree,
which is actually less bad than what the Congress does right now. But this is the piece that I saw. Was Bloomberg and some other news was Trump's crypto venture has talked to Binance about doing business. So in discussions between families, World Liberty Financial and the world's largest digital asset exchange are said to include possible work on new stablecoin. So the talks here are about a stable, not.
It's interesting how this article leads to the one of those tweets essentially, where it's like they're working with them on a stablecoin too. They're going to buy stake within the platform.
Exactly.
Yeah, USDB did so well. Sorry.
But it would be interesting if there was a stable coin that's backed by the president's family, and then I don't know, pushed.
Are you sure that you really want to have
No.
one cryptocurrency?
I'm not. I'm not saying I want anything. I didn't say that. I'm just saying like the what if kind of part. Like I'm not saying I want this.
I think that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah. No,
all right, little technical thing here, Scott. I'm so happy. Look at the side left. You get to pick a little scene. So like we can go straight to your screen share, or I can go to my screen share, or I can go to everybody's faces. Guys, we're like upgrading, in the background here. This is good stuff.
As we go, we're upgrading.
No better way to do it. No better way to do it. All right, so that's a title. That's what's going on with Trump. Basically, it's a nothing burger for most of it, other than the fact that they are having conversations still. But just remember that World Liberty Financial is not Donald Trump. It is Trump and Associates. And everybody is frozen on screen for me right now. This is great. My internet is garbage.
Sorry. And I'm doing like a really bad frozen robot. Like, we're good. You're just like...
No, you are. No, it was me. It was definitely me.
No, it's totally you. You're getting all a little blurry. And it's funny. I like you with your what's it called? Like your little beanie and the headphones that look like, in your case, they more look like earmuffs. And the hoodie, I feel like you're about to go out and like play in the snow and build a snowman after this. Although you are in a state that has no snow. Uh-oh.
Well, we do have plenty of snow here.
Not by you. I mean, I guess it's up in the mountains.
Do you want to build a snowman?
Look at you. You like you're a human version right now of like a character from like the Peanuts Christmas Story.
Yeah, 100%.
You got to pick one. There are so many ways we can go here. Am I going to be, a little Linus carrying my little blankie? Am I going to be Pigpen? And like, what are we talking about here?
I don't think you're Pigpen.
No.
You're usually too clean to be Pigpen.
I don't know. There's got to be a really jolly one.
Shower.
Let's get back into this thing. What else do we have on that title? Because there were two things that were pretty big. The other piece was XRP. What do you got on XRP? You got anything for us, Scott? Or am I on my own?
I mean, like I see it's up 5%. Look, I see the laughter. I'm like, there's a lot of XRP maxis out there, and I think anything where suits are dropped, they're getting some support. I mean, there's all talks about ETFs. That's great for them. I have a little XRP myself, but I'm not an XRP maxi.
I mean, you're missing out on a big piece here from March 2nd, bro. Do you remember what happened?
On the 2nd?
Trump talked about XRP being part of the potential strategic reserve. Just that little tiny little thing.
So that definitely hyped things up. But did it focus down where it was actually confirmed that there'd be lots of other crypto in the reserve, or wasn't the reserve going to be confiscated tokens at first and we weren't purchasing?
They haven't agreed on any purchase yet, but you guys are missing the whole point. The whole point here is two things. First is happy Friday to everybody from the people that are actually watching us. Shout out to Mr. Vaselino over here, as well as, this guy, right?
Oh, man, Bama.
Yeah, no, I appreciate you guys tuning in. There's more to this news. Like, it's not just what you guys think it is. Let me go ahead and share this tab here instead. This is where we're at. The SEC may declare XRP a commodity as Ripple settlements talks begin. So they're at the point now that they're going to make the SEC pay up because they've already, they're screwed. They are totally screwed. The SEC doesn't have a leg to stand on anymore. And Ripple's basically going, all right, guys, let's talk terms. Like, this is super bullish. Like, if you're looking at 5%, this is why. It's not because of the past news. It's what's happening right now. And yeah, they've been actually, I believe it was Singapore. They just got listed as well. There's a few things. They got a few licenses. So XRP is like kicking butt around the world, dude. Like, it's not just the news for the Trump administration talking about how they're going to have a strategic reserve and they're going to add XRP to it. Like, yeah, that's part of it, but it's way beyond that. These guys are actually winning left and right around the world.
No, besides winning the cases, I mean, even in the price, look at the last 6 months. They're 3 to 6 months in the price. I mean, two 35 now or something, like, in the mid twos. Anyone who's been holding on and had conviction with that, it is definitely paid off.
It has.
And now with all the, positive news that's in the news, I don't see it, dropping much. I see, if anything, as the market and the cycle moves forward, that it could do really well. That stablecoin thing, though, I'm not so sure about, but that's a whole other discussion.
Wow, you have little faith, man. What's going on? I thought you had more belief in crypto than that.
No, I have some belief in crypto.
I think that we had a pretty good discussion last night. Actually, was it last night or yesterday in general? Oh man, Scott. Yeah, basically the one where we had the USDM. Oh man, I'm trying to remember the actual ticker for it. I think it's USDM. He came on to our Gensio space, and we were actually talking about how much the market, as far as like how many stable coins there are, once you start to fractionalize it down and split all of it across, it's not actually that amazing for the whole entire system, because you kind of
like a gross total of stable coins versus demand or possible demand, as more people actually start
eventually
using
you're just
coins.
essentially creating a bunch of different money printers instead of there just being one money printer. And so the dilution there is absolutely crazy. So you would think that, like, I don't want it to be where like one company rules them all.
Luca?
There definitely needs. No.
Not Luca?
No.
Pretty sure it was Luca.
No. James. Block. It was Block something, James something. Man, you're gonna make me try and.
Yeah, you have to look it up now.
I am gonna have to look it up. I'm trying.
No, but you're saying essentially like different money printers, and there's pros and cons to that, but they all have to be backed as well. So
I hope dreams like the dollar.
Well, back it by the dollar that's backed by hopes and dreams, maybe, but they needs to be backed by something, so there's a scapegoat, so that you can't just get a DPEG and pretty much
sent you in chat, actually.
Pretty much need to keep it stable. What did we get in chat here?
Oh yeah, James. You're right, James. Sorry, that's the other one. James.
Actually, it was a great conversation where I thought
it was fantastic, man.
Genuinely hearing from someone who is working on what we both consider a very difficult topic, creating a stablecoin and working on ensuring that it's something that can be well managed and well overseen. There's a lot of different parts and pieces. You're right. It's not an easy job.
I had to follow him because I wasn't going to be the jerk on stream that has somebody follow me and I'm not following back.
I was about to call you out for that. I was going to be like, hey, man, he's so great, but you need to be following the greatness then.
So yeah, so that's the alpha. If you guys want to, get follows, show up on the comments and this human being right here.
That's a good one right there.
It is. Yeah, dude, stables are a great market. It is literally printing money left and right, and the fees that it takes in, like, it is incredible. But it's not hard to actually have something that's sustainable that will actually compete with your USDCs and USDTs of the world, because those guys have been printing money for a long time.
Yeah, no, you need to come out, like, you need to come out swinging on a big level. You need to be able to have integration with all the different exchanges right away. Like, there's a lot that would go into that, and making sure. I mean, you're right. Just to drag people away from USDC and USDT in itself is hard. It would be hard.
Okay, anything else y'all want to talk about? Because I have things to talk about here. Like, I have something that I want to get you guys to take on it. First and foremost, Russia.
Which part?
This part right here. This just came out 8 hours ago. Okay, so Russia is using Bitcoin USDT for oil trades with China and India. So instead of having to, deal with sanctions, they're just circumventing things by using crypto. But wait, what is this? This is Cointelegraph. Sorry, guys, they stole this piece of news from Reuters. Let me go ahead and share that one instead.
Yeah, I'm looking at CoinDesk, which then says it's from Reuters on that side.
Yeah, so
I will say that I definitely heard. I think it was about a week or two ago. Well, actually, I think it was while we were still in Denver, where Russia was looking at the potentials of putting in basically cryptocurrencies. Once the U.S. banks had started talking about it, it kind of followed in suit. So it's always interesting to see how close they are behind on some of the newest cryptocurrency policies, especially from where the U.S. standard is. So now that U.S. banks are accepting it, now the potentials of Russian banks accepting it. Now Russia's starting to lean on it because I believe they have quite a stockpile as well. I believe they've taken over a few different wallets of just Bitcoin itself over the past few years, based on different criminal groups and different oligarchs that have been taken down and their funds forfeited to the state. So they've got quite an opportunity here to basically do their own marketplace.
Yeah, I mean, there's good and bad to it at the same time. Where look at they're saying they're skirting sanctions by using crypto, right? For crypto, any use of crypto, any more, is good. At the same time, does the United States and other countries say, all right, well, because this is happening, now they take a slightly different approach on regulations, for example. And so there's a balancing act there while we're starting to actually adopt and use it. It's like, like they're getting away with stuff we don't like. Do we clamp down on this now a bit or try to, put some obstacles, or do we ignore it? And, maybe there's ways for, us and other countries to be more competitive, where at the end of the day, people are going to where it's probably the cheapest and easiest to get. So, there could be other strategy as opposed to then, regulating crypto to stop something like that. But I look at any use of crypto right now as good for crypto, good or bad, whatever, just more people use it.
I'm scrolling Twitter right now, by the way, guys. Be very good.
You're like, let me see if there's a tweet from Putin. No. He's looking through Putin's tweets right now.
You see what I'm doing right here?
No, I'm not looking for Putin's tweets. I'm looking to see if Trump retweeted them.
No, that's a good one.
But Scott, let's get into sentiment because I want to make sure we kind of go over that. I know that people's hopes are really low still. Even wait, did you freeze?
I didn't freeze.
No, it's just you, buddy. Just you.
Sentiment? So you're saying about the market and just overall, a lot of people are down. I mean, I guess some people are smiling because they're up a little bit. But yeah, look, fear and greed, fear 27. I think if you were pulled in to crypto, Web3, Trump token, Bitcoin, whatever it might be, right? If you were pulled in between like October and now, the election and now, and you saw stuff go up, this is like your first, outside of the Trump token a month ago, this was like your first real kind of like, retracement of 30% and definitely scaring people. I think anyone who's been around is like, yeah, a little bit bummed or disappointed, like things are down. Those with still cash on the side and some dry powder, probably topping up bags, especially in the conviction plays when you had, Solana in the 120s, Avalanche probably, I think it was like under 18 or something. Like there's just a lot of good opportunities. So while I'm sure everyone wants their portfolio to be huge, I think everyone's still got their fingers crossed and it's like, all right, maybe coming up to May, we'll see Bitcoin go up or it's definitely going to be this fall. Well, hopefully the economy picks up because that and things get good there, because that will help crypto overall. We'll just see. I don't know. How are you feeling, Action? What's your sentiment? You've been through this ups and downs for a long time, and you take profits when need to. You've been pretty smart about this.
I write it all the way down usually.
No, I mean that's usually that happens on stuff that we've gotten in early, and then the cycle took off, and then we've gotten this big pullback, and we're like, all right, shoot, we could have made good money and reinvested, but now instead of a 6-month window, it's turning into an 18 to 24-month window.
Yeah, I told you that
happens.
I thought it was 300K that went down to 30,000. It's not. I was wrong. It was only 200,000 that went down to 30,000. So it's not as bad.
I thought you were going to say something like, "Oh no, it was actually 300,000 that went down to 13,000."
No. It's just 200 to 30. It's way better than I thought it was going to be. So yeah, I'm not.
But we won't get into the weeds on this one. I was going to say, but your entry price, it's not like you bought above 30 and you just saw it get as high as that.
Oh no. It's basically
you're still in profits. You're still in profits.
Yeah.
And the thing is, if you really would have needed it, you would have taken profits along the way. But this is something that you have conviction in. I won't name the project, but you have conviction in and do work with. So you're in it for a longer period. This is money that you're not. I don't want to say you could lose it, but the risk involved, and you're letting it ride. There's more. It's probably more.
It's more than that. Here's what it is. When I have a say on how well or poorly a project does, I'm all in. Like literally, I like putting my money where my mouth is. So if I can have an impact on a project, you better believe it, my money's going to be in there. Like there is no question about it. There are different deals in this world. There is the deals out there that will pay me to talk about them, that will pay me for my time, right? A few grand here, a few grand there for me to give them outlines and like work through how they should position themselves in a market. That's fine. But then there are others that say, hey, I want you to be part of this and I need your help making this work. That's different. If I'm going to say yes to something like that, I am 100% going to make sure that I have skin in the game. But I'm really curious. You said that, having dry powder. What does that mean?
Just having, it depends on what context. I mean, it's not. This is a children-friendly stream, I think, sort of, for young investors as well as old investors.
What you're talking about?
Why? Because I used dry powder and cash on the side in the same sentence, and you were like, "Wait a minute, what's the powder for?" No, you do not sell it to buy more crypto. It's the same term for the same thing. Double whatever, positive, negative makes it positive. Something.
We're not LA right now. Chill.
Right. Reminder: if y'all haven't shared this stream out, please do so. This is how we keep the juices going. And every new person that clicks on the stream, Scott's gonna talk about more powder.
All right.
Good luck getting ad sponsorships for the show now.
Thank you. It's sort of like how I'm gonna use that. We're gonna coin the new term, like how everyone used to go like, "Thanks, Obama." We're gonna do the thanks action. So anytime something kind of goes sideways, even if you're not around, we're just gonna yell that.
I'm okay with that because I love being able to use. I'm just gonna pull a dabs.
Just tell
we coined that term, guys. By the way, if you don't know this, I'm glad I asked for that share because I think a buddy of mine just shared this out with a big audience. To not give a crap about something. That's what pulling a dabs mean. By the way,
that's pulling a dabs.
Yep.
Hey, there's just certain things you really can't give a care about.
You can't care about.
Give a care about.
Exactly.
Give flowers about. I don't know. I'll use some corny X words that have been used in stream or in spaces.
Give me something, Soki, because
okay,
Scott's giving me something. I've given something. What's your contribution?
About to get kicked off stage. No.
That's what I'm about to do. Yeah.
I'm actually really excited about GDC next week and everything that's coming up. We've had a lot of clients actually asking us about if we're going to be there, what's going to be happening.
We're losing.
We know it. No, we're losing you, buddy. We're losing you, my guy.
No, GDC should be a vibe. Are you gonna go?
I don't know yet. We'll see. It's not currently on the books, but if
What days is that?
Say again.
What days are that? Is that like March 20th or somewhere around there?
Like next week.
Yeah, it's next week, starting Thursday or Friday. I believe.
Sounds
so
great,
21st.
except for San Francisco. But
right.
I'm sorry, San Francisco used to be pretty nice. You go down to like Fisherman's Dwarf and like, you know, have some sourdough bread and hang out and stuff.
Wait,
and
Fisherman
now
what? Fisherman's
I don't
what?
know what it's called. It's Fisherman's with a like those little
Fisherman's
dwarfs.
dwarf.
Yeah, that's what it is, right? Isn't it a dwarf? Something like that. Anyways, there's little people running around there along with seals. And you get great sourdough bread. All right. So that's the area that I saw. It was the fisherman and dwarf area, the little people area. And anyways, you get great big sourdough. You get to jump over people. You can have a blast. But now you go down there and they all have like guns and knives. So if you want to be really embarrassed, you try to go down there and, you know, you might not come out alive. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, I can imagine just little people running around with guns and knives.
Yo.
You're like,
That would be like the scariest thing ever. At least I was politically correct in describing the area. Look, man, I don't know about you, but you guys could go play games in that city and, you know, be careful.
We gotta clip this, guys. We gotta clip this.
All right, I'm kind of tearing here because I'm laughing without laughing. So, all right, let's reset.
A black eye.
Let's reset this stream here for a second, and we'll go back to other cities that have more normal stuff going on. Oh, you know what's crazy? I found like a fifth person now that lives in the Houston area. That
Wait, there's
crypto.
5 people that live in Houston.
There's at least 5 people. I know of 2, and then I met 2 in the airport coming back from Eat Denver, and then somebody posted a photo of this like overpass in downtown. I was like, oh shoot, you're from, you know, it's like a big account actually. I'm like, oh damn, you're from Houston. I'm like, yeah, and then the next thing it was their account got banned. So technically there's 5, but only 4 accounts.
Oh my God.
So I don't know. I mean, people can argue that Houston's worse than San Francisco. I mean, we don't even have any conferences here.
Whoa.
Please hold.
Oh no! What are you doing?
Oh, you can't do that. You're not allowed to just exit camera and put an icon up there and just like go laugh and throw up off stage. It's not fair. All right, everyone. There's your morning comedy. Wow. Yes. No, but really, GDC is supposed to be good. Right?
It's supposed to be all right. Yeah.
Sorry.
That's GDC right there. If you guys are wondering.
All right, yeah. Let's actually get serious about it because
sponsors, guy. We need sponsorship money. You can't be just laughing all morning.
If you find the skits that we're doing funny,
this is what this is what a plug would look like. Just GDC, if you guys are looking to sponsor a stream, so what it looks like. By the way, we're super excited to see GDC happen this week, coming week. I mean, we're only 3 days away. Starts on March 17th, goes to the 21st. It's something you don't want to miss. You can grab your pass right now at GDConf. So GDConf.com. Please check it out. It's definitely worth going to. It says that it's for developers by the developers. Kind of funny because it's just a bunch of gamers over there. So yeah, if you're a developer, go for it. But if you're into gaming, you want to see what's the next trends are, especially into crypto. They won't advertise as being a crypto friendly programming, but let me tell you, half of that conference crypto related, which has been pretty darn awesome to see. So make sure you guys are checking them out. And yeah, GDC, looking for that sponsorship.
Wait, actually, weren't you going?
Supposedly, I don't want to leave home, dude. I've been gone for way too long. Last time I was gone for 10 days. I'm literally looking at the calendar right now. I have Kara messaging me about what's the next events. So yeah, events are a big thing, but
tokens for sure. The next one.
I have to go to tokens. So like I have some family stuff that's going on. Like people are going to be out of the house. Some of the childcare things going on that I usually have is going to be limited. So I want to go to NAB. NAB is happening here at the beginning of next month.
Is that New York?
No, it's Vegas.
Oh, Vegas.
Yeah. So the National Association of Broadcasters, it's a really cool one. Like if you're a nerd when it comes to, tech and media, it's a really good one to go to. Like a lot of the vendors that I love are going to be there, specifically Blackmagic.
It's a win-win though for going to Vegas now because Genzio's office and that being built out, being able to do interviews and so
Human X just happened, right? Like when I went to Vegas on Monday, Human X was happening. So like we were at the conference, we were bringing people back to the office and interviews. So there's a lot going on there. It's the reason why we got the office, dude. Like to be there when things are happening, which is all the time, including Bitcoin conference that's coming up. Use coupon code ACTION if you want a discount.
We need to actually have a meeting off stream later today to what's it called, to coordinate for token, because I'm actually going to I'll be on the East Coast and then probably flying out from there. I know you're going to be going. I mean, Toki, you're out there. We might end up on the same flight, depending on where you are. I don't know which route you go. You might just want to fly to Jersey or New York and then fly with us from there. I don't know how your route is because, I
have a private airport in Carlsbad where I get the jets out of.
So straight to Dubai?
Yeah, I mean the charter planes.
So you're going to charter us, is what you're saying, and you're going to pick us up in New York?
Toki
I got an airport literally like right there.
I'm not opposed to you touching down where I'm at and just picking us up on a private plane. I mean, that's cool.
Fine.
I mean,
well, the problem is that the little Cessna doesn't go that far. Toki.
So how are you going to get to Dubai? Are you going to just land on like a aircraft carrier and then take off?
No, but seriously, like the airport that's really close by to me, the Carlsbad airport, which is super nice. I usually only fly to Vegas from there, only like local stuff. Like they have semi-private planes, which is the bomb, guys. Like if you make it in crypto, this is where you should be flying out of.
All right, well, I'm poor. I'll speak for myself. Toki, I don't know how you're doing. I don't know if you're in the private plane business with this guy over here. I was
thinking that United flight together.
I think that it's a great cost.
And if you want some fresh air, you just go right out on the window, like they put all those people in Denver.
That's American Airlines. That's if you want to. That's if you want to barbecue out in the window on the wing. God damn. That was in Denver too. That was American Airlines has had a lot. I just saw in the news that they said American Airlines and another airlines, the tickets are actually cheaper because of a lot of the flight things or plane incidents that they had. So people were a little bit hesitant and they saw ticket sales going down. Now you just had the one in Denver where everyone's hanging out in the wing because the plane's cooking.
See, ticket sales are going down, but the prices to put your baggage on the plane still going
Oh, they
up.
get you there. They're like, guess what? You can get that ticket for half off, but your bags are like $100.
Thanks, Frontier.
Yeah.
Frontier charges you for air. They're like, they monitor how much you breathe. And they're like, you got nervous. You took 40 extra breaths on that flight. And then you get a bill.
I still think Spirit is worse though, because
Spirit beats you.
Yeah, it's bad, dude. It's I've been on Spirit once, and literally what the flight attendant says, all right, guys, there's no smoking on this plane, and there's a fine X, Y, and Z, and hey, let's be serious.
And then she lights up.
No, she was and if you have that kind of money, let's be serious. You'd be taking American right now.
Well, I guess American does have smoke flights. Damn, this is so bad. We're all right, everyone.
No, it's actually we're talking about the State of the Union right now. This is what's going on in our country, man.
This is terrible. Right. And
hey, it's literally if I had a button that said that I could just take some soul and drop it on a quick Spirit flight, I'd do it. Trade a little bit of soul for your spirit. It's fine. No,
that was funny.
No, but I think we all should look at the flights to Dubai, and we should get that all sorted within the next week before prices go crazy, so that we'll all be out at Token, we'll all be out the Karate Combat streaming, and we can get all that set up, knowing that that's confirmed. We can put the word out, so we get a bunch of interviews and meetings and lock in with all the people that well, we already know that live there, but all the other people that are going to be there. I mean, just the people that we know that are in Dubai right now, just is enough to keep your schedule busy for a whole week there.
Yeah.
And then in between that, I don't know. There's Paris Blockchain Week. There's GDC. There's Mining Disrupt. Like, isn't Mining Disrupt in a couple weeks as well?
It is. It is.
And really, for a lot of the stuff, especially action that you're involved in, Mining Disrupt is like. I mean, I went a couple of years ago. It's a really good conference.
They've hit me up.
Every week there's a conference though. Like it's GDC, Mining Disrupt, Paris Blockchain Week, something else, Token. But I'm all in for Token because Token and Sui Basecamp and KC.
What Basecamp?
Sui.
All right, guys, if you are free on March 25th to the 27th, make sure you're checking out Mining Disrupt. Not looking for a sponsorship here. Just joking. We totally are. Yeah, this is really, it's a really good conference though. Like, Scott wasn't just making crap up. Like they actually put on a good show. They could get better at actually like announcing where things were going to be at. I know that most people would know that the Broward Convention Center is in Florida, but some people might get a little confused. So
it's Fort Lauderdale, right?
Yeah. No, Broward County. So that's farther south.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. I mean, technically, yes, it's Fort Lauderdale, but yeah, it's north, like the southern part of Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah. Tons and tons of events coming up.
What else you got going on? Because I know you have something prepped, unlike Toki that just decided to show up on the stream last minute and didn't prep with tabs or anything to share and talk about.
Well, I actually have something else to share with you. It's actually a
and that's a wrap, guys. We'll see you next week. No.
I kicked him off stage just to be funny.
Wait a minute.
Come on, Toki, come back.
There we go. He pulled I'm waiting for. He pulled the reverse card out.
Faces,
That was the Uno reverse card that he just pulled back at you.
The only thing you can do to action. It's the only thing. You gotta be quick enough with it. Otherwise, I'll probably back
So what were we just saying? Or what was just being said?
What do you mean what was being said? I was when Toki said that he had something to share and talk about. Like I see under reflection of his glasses, looks like he's playing Zelda on his computer. That's exactly what it looks like. Yeah.
It's like a big color wheel or something on the one side.
No, it's definitely like the Zelda map is what it looks like to me. Like the Legend of Zelda, like the OG.
Hey, don't keep your seed phrase on your desktop. I could see it there.
No, you can't.
You're like, hold on a second. Damn.
I wasn't wrong.
So what are you going to show us here?
Yeah, so not Zelda, but actually still pretty cool right now. I decided to check out one of these games. I was playing with Corgi, and she probably enjoys these games a bit more than I do, but at the same time, they're actually pretty easy, pretty fun.
Can you tell people that Corgi is not your dog?
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
And the reason you don't like this is because you're getting beat pretty bad, right?
What do you mean? I'm not getting beat right now.
Oh.
No, so it's not necessarily competitive. It's actually called Sunflower Land, and it's basically
not competitive, guys. You can't. There's no winner. Go ahead. Keep going.
You can, collect your crops. It's basically Farmville all over again, but it's you can actually sell it and you can make money.
What's the name of the game?
It's Sunflower Land.
Sunflower? Okay.
Yeah. So we started checking out a few days ago, and since then, honestly, it's only. All right, Jake, chill out.
That's it.
Yes, you will find another content creator, Simple Corgi. They are out there. Look for them. Absolutely great person, was showing me some of the different Web3 games that they've been looking at. You can play this on your phone through the Phantom app, or you can play it online on your desktop as well. So like seeing both options come to life was pretty cool. And then seeing how well done the marketplace is, and it's impressive. If you want to power boost yourself through the game, you can go and buy resources. They have a full marketplace where you can actually check out what are things currently trading for, what the current prices of the SFL. And one of the main reasons that I was checking it out was because I found their white paper and news of them releasing their newest token, which is going to be Flower. I know that sounds interesting. Flower as their token is where they're going to be changing from the in-game currency of SFL and making a real token currency called Flower. That way it can be traded as a real cryptocurrency for the game as well. Changing some of their platforming, changing their monthly rewards, but also giving people a really good chance for a good opportunity for an airdrop. So I thought it was pretty fun, and it's super easy, and it's all time-based. So again, really, really Farmville-esque, except you can make your money back fairly quickly from what I've seen.
That sounds like great financial advice.
This is not financial advice whatsoever.
Yeah.
You actually don't have to put any money in at all whatsoever.
That's nice. One little thing here. Let me share this tab. Guys, you just got a big shout out from Toki here, sunflower-land.com. Please update your little bird here. This is supposed to be an X. I'm gonna get Greg to tweet about you guys if you don't get it right. Just heads up. Yeah, get it together. Get it together. That was pretty good, man. I really love those kinds of games. I'm definitely gonna check this one out. That's pretty awesome. And they're Australian, by the way. They're an Australian indie gaming studio. So they're bringing.
And the
that
best part is they're starting their co-op farming soon too with the release of Flower. So once you start joining people up, it's actually pretty cool.
All right, I have somebody
in 2022.
I have somebody asking for the name of the link or whatever. This is what you're going to go to. It's sunflower-land.com. So there you have it.
I'm okay with living in 2022. That's fine. There's so many Web3 games out there that I haven't checked out yet. And so when I finally come across one and there's like real news and real building going on behind it, and you can see the progress that's been done from when the game started to where it is now, that's impressive. That it shows a real community. You can go into the Discord. It's not fake people. I asked for help and immediately was able to get help, not only from like one of the creators of the game itself, but there was just random people in the community who were like, oh, no, don't do it that way. Like, make sure you're clicking on these skills. Make sure you if you want to go and get different resources, like here's the best way to trade it.
How did you find this game, Toki?
Again, Simple Corgi was just showing me a bunch of different Web3 games.
I think Corgi's following Ray around. I think that's what's going on.
Actually, she made that post.
That's awesome. Let's go. That's so awesome. Shout out, Ray. Good to have you here hanging out with us for a little bit. Scott, I know I'm freezing up like crazy, but you look frozen to me. I'm hoping everybody can see you, though.
I'm good.
Yeah, we're fine.
Can we go? Can we go over to what you want to share? Because we're talking about
builders
building.
Yeah, no, share my screen because I want to. It's semi calling you out. Action! I want to see this. I know Action is supposed to be so. Banana Gun here is it has a web app coming soon, and I've been dying to try it out. And Action was supposed to get the hookup there so that I could dive in and check this out. And if it's even a fraction as good as the Telegram bots or whatnot, then it's going to be pretty awesome. So Action, that was just my screen to call you out.
It's really awesome. And I got to tell you guys, like, Banana Gun is definitely.
What is this?
Banana Gun, bro. You don't know Banana Gun?
Banana Gun, the web app version.
I'll just lay it on me. What's going on?
Okay, so Banana Gun is literally the first trading bot that's ever come onto the market to make a big splash. They are not number one as far as user base goes, but they do trade a lot more than most others. They're a Telegram. They started as a Telegram bot. It was a little cumbersome at the beginning. They built this thing for themselves. I know the guys that founded it, and they just wanted a good trading bot to be able to snipe things quickly. And they were like, wait, other people want this too. I guess we'll make it public. And they've gone through so many different things. They have a token out. Binance actually picked them up and wanted to support them. Like there's a lot that goes into this. Yeah, I see Binance listing in July 2024. Like these guys have been kicking butt, but they've been kind of quiet over the last 6 months or so. And the reason for that, yeah, that's the reason, because of that web DApp beta. It's on right now. If you have a code and you want, and you, bro, that's the giveaway. No,
hold on a second. I know how do I use the code on this? What's the link to where I go to then put the code in? Because Action was great. He's like, oh, here you go. Like, check this out. Here's the code. And then I'm like, been asking for 2 weeks. How do I get in? And where do I put the code?
I will give you that link. I will give you that link.
What did you say the link at the top was for this again? Is it bananagun.io?
Bananagun.io, yeah. And again, if you guys like bananagun.io, and they do have both a Solana as well as an ETH bot. So bananagun.io is right there.
Already over 5 billion in volume.
Oh yeah, no, they are moving some serious money around. There's no question about it. Like they are by far the fastest bot out there. You guys can try it out with like and compare it to others. They move a ton of volume because they're very, very optimized.
That's why I wanted, like, as much as I use Telegram, both desktop and mobile, to have that web app platform and all that visual data and all those added features that you don't necessarily use, but they're not implemented in Telegram as easy. Like, you know what I mean? Like you could just see it. Like, so I'm really excited, want to try that. And I'll definitely put out some clips of that because it's going to be pretty cool.
How long have they been around? Like 2 years at least.
Yeah, early. Get this like sort of preview here. It's not fair. Anyways, I'll keep harassing Action about that, and then maybe we could even, you're right, do a giveaway with one of those codes because, yeah,
that'd be pretty awesome. Yeah, no, these guys are really good people.
This is crazy. So from early 2023 to the year mark in March 2024, that was just 2 billion as far as lifetime volume. So you're saying just in another year, they've more than doubled their volume.
Yeah.
Okay.
Meme coins were a big part of that, to be honest with you. A lot of people want to be able to get in and get out of meme coins, and this is the easiest way for them to do it, to be honest. Like having something that can snipe in and snipe out, because you know how people get, stuck holding their bags when it comes to meme coins, especially when they rug. What's the name of that meme coin that you were in, Scott? Is it Flux?
Which one? The one that from Denver? That one?
Man,
the video is still to be released.
I know. I need to get that out. I didn't even do a GM post this morning. Things have been crazy. I haven't stopped since 7
a.m. Dude. I was saying, I got up, and when I got up and moving around, I looked, and I'm like, "This guy's in a space already." I'm like, "It's got to be 5 a.m. there." I'm like,
yeah, I got up at 5 to be ready for that. And so, yeah, because if you wake up and you jump on a space, you're gonna sell like this, and I just can't have that happen.
We keep them working early, That's where I am.
Late. When was the last? What time did we do that last space for you last night, Scott?
8 to 9.
Yeah, so 9 p.m. That was the last space, and then I took a nap, then got right back at it.
And then right into this, and then I'm assuming you're on the next one.
Shout out Conduit.
Right after this, right?
Yep.
Yeah, 5-6 minutes.
Yeah. I want to do a little tiny shout out to Marky Mark, because I do love the kid. He's got a bigger beard than Tokyo over here, but
that's debatable.
Yeah, you go ahead and debate him. But he's been keeping track of you're about to rug him. Look at that. He's gotten a few spaces put together where he's actually like tracking speakers and putting people together. Just a heads up, anybody interested in jumping on spaces, like check out Genzio, like just reach out, like send us a message, because we are always looking for quality speakers. Like just looking over here, this is what the AI timeline where we be. That's how I would have worded that. Not where are we? That's too proper. But we got people like Maurice over here. We got people like Nix. We got Miggy down here. So we have really, really great speakers coming out for some of these spaces. This one is happening next week on the 18th. Then right down below in the middle, we have on the 20th. So we got some things lined up, lots and lots of spaces coming in, and lots of really cool speakers that you guys are going to be able to see. And shout out to Mark for lining that up and getting all the good people to hang out with us and have a good time on spaces, because spaces, they keep me employed.
No, there's a lot of great info that you find, and Genzio hosts such a wide range of spaces too. Plus, Action, you're the man at hosting spaces because you are very knowledgeable across all sections or sectors of crypto, as well as like the king of interviews now. Like you are the crypto king of interviews being flown out on request. So it's going to be awesome to go to hit token in some of these other ones, because then I'll be your cameraman, no problem. So,
yeah, I will also say about Mark. Mark sucks as a cameraman, like really bad. I love you, but you're terrible.
Ouch.
No, he's not wrong.
Focus on your strengths, guys. There's nothing wrong with that. I can love you for what you do well, and then ridicule you for what you suck at. So you give it to the next person. The key thing in crypto is transparency, and I strive to be that regardless of what the sector is. Talk about being a jack of all trades. That's me over here. So don't expect me to do anything perfect, but I'll do things pretty darn mediocrely for across the board.
What?
Action.
That's not what you're supposed to say right now.
Oh, wait, no, I do amazing at everything you guys see me do. I'm sorry.
There we go.
This is the proof right here. Jake letting us know that we're at the S+. Jake, I don't hold back ever. Like, you need to learn that about me. Just hang out with me just for a tiny little bit of time. You're like, did he just say that? I mean,
I feel keep dropping by these morning streams, and you'll get it live a few days a week.
We'll do it live.
You can see the circus. We talk about crypto at the circus, a bunch of other stuff.
It is a circus. Make sure
if you're not having fun though, you're not doing it right. I feel like if you're enjoying what you're doing, you love what you're doing, and hanging out with the people that are there lifting you up, and you're all trying to do great things together. I mean, if you have a good time, and I think the money comes with the success with the happiness.
Oh, yeah. And I am definitely happy to do some of these things. So I feel like we need to do at least this little bit. Hang on. This is my feed. I'm looking for Ben Armstrong. We got good people throughout. You know what I got to play, right? Like we got a minute left here or so.
That was the one at the top, right?
No, I don't want that one. I want the clipped one. So this is the full thing. This is the full interview with Ben. But if we scroll down a little bit more, we can hear this lovely thing.
And that I was bored in our marriage, and that I needed more excitement, and I knew that our paths were going on two different ways. That's what I should have done. And I was a pussy, and I didn't do it. Instead, I made the action happen to me instead of taking control of the narrative. And that is why at this point I decided to do something different and take control of the narrative finally.
You should have some of that medication. Try acting.
Yeah.
Try acting like a man.
That's never going to get old.
It's gonna be classic. That's just the internet will have that living on for eternity. I love it. So on that note, happy Friday, everyone. Thank you for tapping in. Feel free to retweet so others can see this and maybe watch later when they have some time, and comment. Let us know what you think, and we're gonna be back. What, Monday morning again, 9 Pacific for GM Live, right?
Monday. Toki, you got any final words for everybody?
If you got time.
Hey, what's up?
But it's not something Genzio is afraid of.
If you want to survive, you got to build a house.
How did you know we do not understand?
ladies and gentlemen.
We're back at the Gen Z Media House.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for joining us today.